And it was in this position, after Nimzovich played pawn to h6, that Sejmish resigned. It is Zugzwang.
This is a book with a lot to say. The picture of Dorian Gray, by Oscar Wilde, who was also gay, but well known because he wrote a play. Flash to the home of Basil Hallward. He speaks of a man with a beauty unheard. He brags to a friend of a painting that he made, but he's afraid to have it displayed. It's a beautiful painting of a beautiful man, but if it's displayed, people won't understand. It's Dorian Gray, he's a beautiful man. Some people understand, not everybody can. The friend's name is Lord Henry. He's a sinner in a frenzy. He's a man full of envy. He's only a fan of what's trendy. The conversation is to end, someone new is to attend. And to speak of the condemned, here approaches Basil's friend, Mr. Gray in the flesh, now arriving as a guest. Mr. Henry is impressed, this man's beauty will attest. The faded portrait in his frame that gives us the title's name and makes Dorian so vain is unfinished, what a shame. While Basil paints Henry stays to offer Dorian some praise of his own sinful days and his rotten selfish ways. Henry warns that beauty fades, but a man would have it made. If being old they could evade, for their soul could they trade. Henry exhorts and insists to tell Mr. Gray that selfishness and living in sin is his bliss. Then Basil says, it's finished. The painting is done, Dorian's upset. Growing old and wrinkled is making him sweat. The painting stays young, this he could bet. He curses his fate and continues to fret. If only it were the other way, where the painting grows old and young I stay. You must be careful what you say. Basil insists he will throw it away. He gets up and grabs a knife, wanting to give the painting a slice. Dorian sobbed and cried for his life. Wild foreshadows Dorian's vice.
If only it were the other way, where the painting grows old and young I stay. You must be careful what you say. Basil insists he will throw it away. He gets up and grabs a knife, wanting to give the painting a slice. Dorian sobbed and cried for his life. Wild foreshadows Dorian's vice.
His name is Bernie Sanders, yeah, he doesn't care about the special interests of the billionaire. He'd like to run for president because he thinks it's evident that Wall Street got us stuck with greed run amok.
The middle class is shrinking, and billionaires ain't blinking. The way things are stinking, we need a new Abe Lincoln. With the turnout at his rallies, it's clear people are thinking. Now let's not dilly-dally, because Washington's been drinking. We need to regulate Wall Street, it's not debate. We cannot be afraid. Tax the stock trade. 50 years ago, school was tuition free. We all know that's how things should be. We should be more like the country Sweden. Over here, wealth is so uneven. The richest family has more billions than the money of the bottom 100 million. His name is Bernie Sanders, and he doesn't care about the special interests of the billionaire. It's time to tax the rich, pass a bill through Congress. We won't let you do this, said the banker stooges. To regulate Wall Street, we need 1 million feet. Things can only change with people in the streets. His name is Bernie Sanders, and he doesn't care about the special interests of the billionaire. It's time to tax the rich, pass a bill through Congress. We won't let you do this, said the banker stooges. To regulate Wall Street, we need 1 million feet. Things can only change with people in the streets. gonna learn soup that's Vietnamese. It's got some crazy ingredients starring these that you'll smell and go, yes please. The heat of the soup is in the beef bones. It gives the broth flavorful tones. Now slice in half ginger and onion. Roast them in the oven to make them smell fun. Boil your bones and throw out the broth. Get rid of the fat, get it off. Then boil again, you'll keep this broth now that all your fat is off. Throw your roast into the soup. The charred flavor is a real scoop. Use some cinnamon and fish sauce. Show those food critics you're the boss. Cook for a few hours and stir. That traditional flavor you get heard. Now strain that soup and pronto too. The rest of this is easy to do. Use some salt and hoisin sauce. Stir that broth, toss, toss, toss. Separately cook your noodles of rice. Freeze beef sirloin and thinly slice. Cook for a minute till no longer pink. Now we're almost done, pretty sure I think. So ratchet to a minced garlic. Now let's move on to the garnish. Cilantro and green onion, chop, chop, chop. Then thyme, basil and beans, sprouts on top. We cook the soup with a good flow. And now you're ready to eat your flow. Human survival needs Earth to be sustained. But if we don't recycle, this cannot be maintained. When we die and decompose, fungus eats what was decayed. Then it helps the trees grow because it makes the trade. The fungi's food flows while sugar comes its way. This was all done to show equality in this game. Now as a race, the humans must decide if we are a virus or we're unified. And we'll keep marching until we're satisfied, because we find alarming the use of pesticide. Plants are our mothers who have fed us just to lend, in the hope that in the end they get their food back again. If I were a seed, you could bury me next to the General Sherman tree. I'll grow tall and strong and breathe, and help restore the canopy. The buffalo will run free, from South Dakota to New York City, from Minnesota to northern Florida, from the Hudson to the Mississippi. Once upon a time, the land was gold. The rivers flowed fine and the trees grew old. The buffalo roamed and the bobcats hunted, and the canopy of oaks could grow unstunted. The spirit of the trees brought people to their knees. Tree spirit is a word you can use if you please to describe the old souls that inhabited the trees. Some things you only know if you're living in the breeze. From New York to South Dakota, the buffalo beat every quota. 3 million years ago, before time humans could even know, before the Mississippi flowed, 60 million buffalo roamed. Ask a sequoia named General Sherman, be like a tree, yearning and learning, stretch and grow roots and leaves. The buffalo's soul is in the breeze, in the struggle when they fell a tree. Amidst the rubble, plant 1,000 seeds. If I were a seed, you could bury me next to the General Sherman tree. I'll grow tall and strong and breathe, and help restore the canopy. The buffalo will run free, from South Dakota to New York City, from Minnesota to northern Florida, from the Hudson to the Mississippi. The mountains, the grass, and the river spirit, silently waiting, hoping you'll hear it. The earthquake tremor, the seismic shift of countless buffalo running swift. Thunder crashes and the heavens part to hear this land's beating heart. Human survival needs Earth to be sustained. But if we don't recycle, this cannot be maintained. Trees need competition and community to grow. A tree that lives in isolation only seeks its own ego. When the rain comes pouring down, fungus grows all around. The lonely tree has no foundation. They grow too fast and rot from lack of density. Trees need competition